afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. We are Group 8 of the Phillips 66 Case Study Competition. My name is Ariel Wynn.
I'm Caitlin Train.
I'm Justin Pinganovan.
I'm Vicky Tang.
And I'm Brandon Dick. So to begin, we'd just like to go over our quick agenda real fast. So first we'll have a safety moment. After we'll talk about the challenges and opportunities. Next we'll talk about the main objectives for BlackRock. Then we'll explore the D&I strategy for full-time hires and interns. And lastly, we'll talk about the Bauer College D&I Proposed Initiative. So for our safety moment today, we're going to talk about the 4 Ps. I know Houston doesn't really have a winter, but for the 2 days we do have winter, it's best to protect the 4 Ps. So we have people, whether it's you, your friends, or your family, please always remember to dress appropriately and warm. Whether it's your pets do get cold as well, so make sure you bring them inside if necessary. And if it's your plants freeze, so make sure you cover them up with tarp or cloth or bring them inside. And lastly, we have pipes. Cover all exposed pipes for they can freeze or break. And now I'll pass off to Justin to talk about challenges.
So while analyzing this case competition, we were able to identify 2 challenges that BlackRock faced. One of them being how they balance the merit-based hiring and with the consideration of D&I. Previously, through the beginning of the company, they wanted to hire more women in their managing positions, and at first they were really criticized with this decision, but throughout the years people started to accept this, and they were able to eliminate the unconscious bias. So for BlackRock to continue facing this challenge, they have to put this process through for the different minority groups in the company. The other challenge that we've identified was with the different mergers that the company goes through, which each merger, the company with another company, they have clashing company cultures, so they have to come into consensus on which company culture they would like to promote more. And finally, with that, with the firms being in different countries or regions, they have to make sure that they know the surrounding area's culture to fully utilize the D&I in that area. Now I'd like to pass it on to Vicky for opportunities.
Yeah, so currently BlackRock only has diversity networks set up in select office locations, and it's no secret that company culture is a major player when it comes to company performance. And since D&I is a major component of BlackRock's company culture, we believe that by prioritizing D&I and setting up diversity networks in all office locations, especially those obtained through mergers and acquisitions, that it would have a great impact on the company performance, particularly with share price increases, less employee turnover, greater employee productivity, as well as greater customer satisfaction levels. The second greatest opportunity that is facing BlackRock is they're continuing to expand during globalization efforts. So in order to meet this increasing globalization demand, it's important for employees to not only look like their clients, but also to understand their needs. So clients want to engage with those who understand their contexts and their challenges. So having a diverse pool to pull from, which includes diverse backgrounds and experiences, will not only create a competitive advantage, but also contribute to the future success and growth of BlackRock. Now I would like to pass it off to Caitlin.
So the main objectives that we'll be discussing today will be monetary incentives to increase diversity and inclusion, a broad program for senior management, rotation programs for full-time as well as new hires, and the expansion of the internship program. So to begin with, BlackRock is going to have a continuous amount of growth within the company, and although we believe that inorganic growth can play an important role, because BlackRock has experience in mergers and acquisitions, we decided to focus on fostering the organic growth to maintain company culture, increase sales, and reduce costs. Now, to ensure that diversity and inclusion remains a priority within BlackRock, we think that there should be an incentive for those who continue to institutionalize it. The incentives will be open to everyone in the company. So, for example, business bonus programs. So, when these bonus programs are well developed and implemented, it can be an effective accelerator for change. And when a business ties in their business goals with financial benefits, it sends a strong signal to the firm and encourages employees to take their goals seriously. For example, in 2015, Intel set a goal for 2020 that tied in D&I metrics to annual bonuses, and as a result, it increased the amount of well-qualified, diverse applicants for the company, and then it also increased the diversity company-wide. We also think that BlackRock should offer a more hands-on experience in conjunction to teaching their employees about diversity and inclusion. According to research done by McKinsey & Company, industries that have a more diverse senior management team and inclusive culture outperform the industry peers who are not seen as diverse. So now I will pass it to Brandon to talk about the programs.
So our team would like to initiate 2 programs to help diversify the company from within. The first being the Senior Management Program. Here, senior executives throughout the company will be moved internationally in order to start and finish a large-scale project. This will really help with the opportunity to experience different viewpoints, a multitude of new cultures, and work habits. Our next program is the Full-Time New Hires Program. This is going to consist of 2 6-month rotations. The first rotation will be within the original assigned place where they're hired, and they'll just learn the current company culture, daily tasks, and project objectives. And the second rotation will be, unlike the Senior Management Program, which is international, it will still be national, and will be also project-based assignments where they learn the current cultures of that certain region and just receive more training. And with that being said, every year we hope to host an annual diversity and inclusion conference where senior executives come and talk about their experiences abroad. And with that, we hope that starting with our top management and teaching them diversity, and then them talking about their experiences, we hope for it to trickle down into the lower levels, all the way down to our interns. Now I'll pass off to Ariel to talk about our internship.
Perfect. So as Caitlin mentioned earlier, we really want to foster organic growth. In expanding the internship program, we believe that it's going to push BlackRock into full throttle mode. So although they currently do have an internship program, it is very limited at the moment. So they only select about 14 interns for their entire company. And understanding how large BlackRock is, we think that it would be super beneficial to be able to go out to the major universities across the nation and around the world to recruit different interns to come in. And we're solely going to base our recruiting at universities that offer merit-based programs. So for example, here at the University of Houston, we have programs like PES or the Wolf Center, and we even have like specialized tracks for the specific majors. So in recruiting at the major universities that have these merit-based programs, we're going to ensure that the interns are not only qualified, but you're also gaining a more diverse pool of interns. So the expansion will essentially be a 12-week program, with the first week being an internship conference. So it'll gather all of the interns together in one space, and it'll allow them to really be able to gain a more diverse perspective with their like-minded peers. And it also gives the opportunity to BlackRock to kind of promote and make it known that their D&I initiatives are very, very important, along with their normal work. So after that week conference, the next 9 weeks will be held at their home office, and then it'll be followed by a 2-week rotation, national rotation, to kind of give them an opportunity to see how the different offices work in different parts of their region. With that being said, along with having their primary assignments and projects as an intern, they're also going to be given a D&I project so that they are managing both the essential work and as well as the D&I initiatives. And essentially, they're going to basically have to immerse themselves into a D&I network within BlackRock and be able to come up with an initiative or some kind of improvement for that network so that they are able to continue to promote that. Overall, this internship is going to be really beneficial to BlackRock because they're going to be bringing in a lot of the young opinions and basically diversifying the opinions that are already existing in the company. But yeah, I'll pass it off to Justin for the Bauer initiative.
So the Bauer initiative that we would like to propose to our college revolves around UH being one of the top 3 most diverse universities in the country, right? So with that being said, we want to propose that we host monthly events throughout the year to celebrate the different minority groups that we have on campus. So for instance, we already have Black History Month in February, Asian Pacific Heritage Month in May, and Pride Month in June, but the Bauer College doesn't really bring awareness or advertise these occasions throughout the year. So with that being said, we would like to have an event during that celebrated month where we could bring out an influential representative to talk about their experiences with their minority group, and then have various activities, so like different rooms where we could showcase art, music, the history of those groups, so that everyone on campus could be they can learn more and experience the diversity here on UH. Now I'd like to pass it on to Vicky to talk more about the details.
Yeah, so education is the first step in improving D&I initiatives. And so having these monthly events, we hope to provide an open environment for the UH community to not only share their culture, ideologies, and identities, but also learn about others. So by being able to learn about each facet of the minority group, we hope to encourage conversation as well, whether that be through connecting with a guest speaker's experiences or discovering the unique qualities and rich history of each underrepresented group. Lastly, we hope to increase light bulb moments because these events will be open to all faculty and students. We hope that that it will increase light bulb moments, which are moments when those outside of the minority group realize that they have unintentionally exhibited biases towards those within the minority group. So all in all, this proposal aims to provide a fun and safe environment in which everyone can celebrate and learn about different underrepresented groups that we have here on campus, and ultimately be events that everyone can look forward to. So all in all, we would like to thank you for taking the time to come out and listen to our presentation today. With that being said, do y'all have any questions?
You mentioned your internship program, and you mentioned you be very selective in terms of the schools that you would visit. Well, the one source of good interns would be HBCUs, and a lot of them don't have the kind of special programs that you are looking at. Do you think that that's important to exclude HBCUs in terms of your internship program?
I think it is important to include the smaller colleges as well. I think I was solely basing the internship programs more off of like the beginning stages of it, so that you can kind of test run it a little bit, because their current program only selects 14 interns, and having a massive company that is as big as BlackRock, you obviously want to like continue to grow and have just like that network of like prospective talent. So I think in the beginning, starting off at the major universities would be a good idea. However, as they continue to grow and gain more traction on the internship program, I think it is important to include the smaller colleges, because for me, coming in as a transfer student, I kind of saw the difference between like a smaller college compared to a massive college. And while I was at the smaller college, there wasn't many opportunities for growth. It was more opportunities for you to get into that major college. And I know that a lot of people finish off at a smaller college, so I do think it is a massively important thing to go to the smaller colleges. But I think in the beginning stages of just trial and error, it's probably a better idea to start at the big colleges.
One of the things that was mentioned at the beginning was how this merger happened with companies that were in two different countries. One of the things that I hear you mention are programs that do tackle diversity and inclusion as we understand it. Where do you see global competency, which tackles how also other cultures may understand diversity and inclusion within the programs that you propose?
Yeah, so I think that's the purpose of having international assignments, especially for like senior management, because while they go abroad, they'll be able to learn about various cultures. So like one of the cultures that they mentioned in the case study is when they went over to Japan, there was a big discrepancy with how women are treated in the workplace compared to like the United States or even other countries in that region. And so by being able to experience a certain country's look cultural and work norms, and being able to see how they navigate through those challenges. You can bring those practices back to the United States or like wherever your home location is.
I have a question about the internship program again. So how do you, I've worked in recruiting at a company before. How do you convince the business in different areas wherever the interns are placed that the D&I project is important for them? Because typically you have a certain business, finance, or HR, they have their intern, they have an idea of what they need to have done over the summer. How do you kind of make that case that they need to be also focusing on the diversity and inclusion project as well as what needs to be done within their department?
Absolutely. I think the initial educating of the interns and kind of building that foundation for the importance of D&I is a massive thing. Because after completing my internship this past summer, I didn't really get that diversity and inclusion side of it, although I worked with so many different people. So had I known that D&I was such a major part of all of these massive corporations, I think I would have had a better idea as to why it's so important and just gaining a better understanding of how other people think. I think that with that specifically, just kind of educating your interns initially and making D&I a bigger idea and a bigger priority, I guess, alongside your regular internship work and projects and assignments, I think is really important. So I think just having that initial groove of this is also a priority as well as, so that they kind of work in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, I also think it's important just to make sure it's integrated well into the company culture, because if everyone, all of the full-time staff, like the senior management, the staff level, everyone in between, it's a priority for them, then it will translate to interns for sure. And having the annual D&I conference will make it a bigger deal for the company, because it's something that is consistent for the company, something that is looked forward to for all of the employees. And if it does happen to be over the summer, when most interns do intern at companies, then that could be something that interns go to as well. And then it could be more translated more clearly to them, and then throughout the internship, it could be something that they present on as well.
Quick question. Monetary incentives. One size fit all. Do you think that that's the only approach you should have in terms of getting management involved with the diversity and inclusion initiatives? You should have an collective approach that monetary incentives just be one element of the program as opposed to incentivizing everyone. Because monetary incentives might not work for me, but it might work for you. So how do you capture that? Is that the net that we use to kind of capture those individuals? Or would you stick with this and not move on?
Well, I think for our approach, there's multiple facets to the plan, but the monetary incentive is kind of a group effort for everyone. So if we all collectively as BlackRock hit our D&I metrics for the year, then everyone gets that bonus. It's not you get a bonus and you get a bonus, but she doesn't type of thing. It's as one company, if we all reach the goal, then everyone gets rewarded.
How do you make sure they don't cook the books? I'm an accountant. Cooking the books, in Russia, for example, they found out that there was a lot of miscommunication and forging the numbers. How do you make sure that in terms of this monetary incentive program that people are not forging the numbers? How would you audit that situation?
How would I audit that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think as a fellow accountant, I think just having everyone being rewarded with a standard base amount, $1,000 at the end of the year. It may not be much, but it's more of showing that it is a priority for the company rather than a very high bonus. It's more to make sure that it's a consistent goal for the company.
Thank you very